Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our session, specifically for an opening night for our CIT program. And I'm really excited to bring this to you with my colleagues, lecturers who have dedicated themselves to this particular program. We are happy to bring everybody. This is an open night, where we could answer questions in respect of our CIT program. If you have any issues regarding the program and how it's conducted, how tuition is done, and any feedback you have, we are ready to help you address them. So I really welcome everybody to this important discussion. So without not wasting too much time, I'll quickly look at our tuition program in terms of the program we have for this particular diet. So currently we have, let me share my screen so that you can see our flyer for our tuition program. So this is our tuition program for the CIT. Most of the lectures are on weekdays as well as weekends. So you can see the specific times allocated. But we always emphasize that every session is recorded because it's an online lecture. So you may not really miss out on anything. Once you are part of us, you know how Aspire does its things. Our lectures are fully recorded, even though it's an online session. We give you access to these lectures via the mobile app, so you really don't miss out on anything at all. So we have both weekend and weekday sessions for both Final 1 as well as Final 2. For those who have just qualified, and I think those who just graduated recently, that is those who wrote the exams in November as well as July last year, who qualified and graduated this beginning of the year. The good news is that now you have the opportunity to join and scale up your professional, what do you call it, qualification, by adding on this important qualification of being a tax practitioner. We advise everybody to do that because now the industry is changing. A lot more tax practitioners are coming to the fold, and I can assure you that it's going to be one of the key requirements for engagement of a CFO in the near future. So it's a key requirement. For those who just passed the July exam, you are also invited to join this program. Sorry, the March exams actually, because hopefully we expect that before the exams in August, the necessary process that should be engaged for you to be registered as a student member of the institute to write the exams, we would have sorted all those things exactly for you to write the August exam. So for all those who haven't registered, we have an inquiry page where you can be admitted, so that if there are any issues regarding your registration and all of that, we could assist you to get all those things through together. So we also have books normally that we help students with to be able to do a good and quick revision. We have put together books for the Final 1 program, specifically the CIT Final 1. That is the international taxation, the oil and gas and other minerals taxation in Ghana, and then tax audit and special investigation. So we have all the necessary books for the Final 1. So once you join our Final 1 program, you should have an easy run because the books will help to assist your tuition. And they are available nationwide. You can obtain them anytime. We'll be making it available to you. You can even order through the app, or you can call the secretary directly to assist you to obtain a copy. And I'm sure it will be worthwhile when you use these books to support your preparation. Then one thing I've also introduced, or we've also introduced in this diet, is the self-study program. I think I should have brought the price in there, but I'll actually correct that. So the self-study program, which is new, something we have not done in the past, is a program that allows you access to videos as well as lecture materials only, without any interaction with the lecturer, because by popular demand, some of our students who have written the paper and whatever the situation is, they couldn't pass. Some of them want the videos and the lecture materials as a way of supporting their preparation prior to joining the intervention. So those who require that particular option, the good news is that we have introduced the self-study offline program where you can register and learn at your own convenience by accessing all learning materials that we have already used in the past for your guidance in preparation towards the exam. So that is a big news for those who want that particular program. We together. So these are tuition flyer programs are scheduled to be happening both weekend and weekday. And we encourage you to join the Aspire tuition program for the CIT. It's a game changer. We've begun this, it's almost getting to 3 years now since we started the CIT program. And I can tell you, we have a huge colleagues who have qualified, and we expect that in this graduation happening, that will be happening in July, I think June, July, the CIT graduation, we are obviously going to have minimum about 35 qualified tax practitioners who will be graduating this year, July, from our tuition program. And it's a big wonder. I'll tell you, it's an excitement to see various practitioners that will be graduating this July and become tax practitioners. It's so great. We've achieved it with ICA and we are still achieving it with CIT. It's a marvel. And I'm really happy that all of us will join us in this success. So we'll be inviting some of our lecturers. Today is not going to be me alone talking. I would want to invite some of our lecturers to also speak to you. And we have one of them on the call now. I will be inviting others as and when they are done. We have Henry Corte is our lecturer for international taxation and tax audit and special investigation. Henry is actually a staff of Deloitte, a manager, of course, and he's been handling our international tax subject and then also tax audit and investigation over the last almost 3 years. And I can tell you, he's a phenomenal lecturer and has done some magic with this subject. So HQ, are you there? Normally, students call in HQ. HQ, are you there? Hello, HQ. Hello? Hello, HQ.
Yes. Sorry, I'm here. I was trying to share video, but I don't have access. So I'll speak regardless. Good evening, Ellie. Good evening, everyone on the call.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
So thank you for the opportunity to share a few words. So as mentioned, my name is Henry Corte. I've been handling the subject, right? Students sitting final 1 for international taxation and tax audit and investigation. I must tell you that CIT is an emerging area in terms of the professional qualification as chartered accountant, chartered tax practitioner. It's fast emerging. So if you have written your CA, the expectation previously was that once you have the CA qualification, you should be good to man a finance team and lead same. But now, however, the qualification of being a tax practitioner has become very, 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 very important, very essential. It is hard to find any finance person leading a successful team without having an adequate background in tax. What we do at Aspire is to teach you or to facilitate your tuition beyond the syllabus. So we have people who usually, students who usually profess to the fact that after the tuition, they are able to, or within the tuition, they are able to apply the subject or the course that is being, the topics that are being treated to their daily activities at work and it will surprise you the level at which you'll be able to apply same in the course of your work. We have over the years maintained a steady growth in our pass rates. Usually we don't like to overemphasize that the students who are passing are always there to provide such references. So if you have the fear of whether you should join ASPA for CIT or join another class, I am here to tell you that you are at the right place. If you take your study seriously, you will pass your exam easily. The number of CFOs and other professionals who have sat international tax and passed, international tax, oil and gas, tax audit and investigation, and passed seamlessly, would surprise you. What we do is to combine the theory and practical questions. So depending on every diet usually come with different suggestions or recommendations. Depending on the agreement on the first day of lecture, we may choose to do weekday theory, weekend practical questions, more so because the video recordings are always available for you, so that we do not end up focusing more on theory and leaving the practical aspects out. We want to mold you in such a way that though your main focus is to pass the examination, you should be of substance at the end of the course. So we would try and fuse the practical aspects of the course to the theory required by the syllabus. Largely, these are the few things I want to share and to tell you that do well to join, especially the first day of tuition. The first day of tuition would give you an elaborate insight at a high level into what you should expect for the, is it 12 weeks, 12 or 15 weeks, yeah, of taking the course. So please do well to join. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to take.
Thank you so much, HQ, for the presentation and encouraging colleagues who wants to partake in our programs. I think we'll have one of our lecturers also, Philip, who will be speaking to you also. I'm sure he's on the call now. I'm promoting him as a panelist so that he can also speak to us. Philip, are you there? You can unmute. You can actually unmute and start talking. Hello, Philip. Are you there?
Yes, Ollie, can you hear me?
Yeah, we are. We can hear you loud and clear. So your students wants to hear you loud and clear. So if you can talk to them.
Oh, okay. So good evening to everybody. So as Ellie said, my name is Philip Odusu. I'm a CA and also a member of CIT. I will be taking you through both Final 1 and Final 2. For Final 1 in respect of oil and gas transition. Oil and gas is very interesting, very interesting course, and because it is also new to the Ghanaian system, since Ghana found oil in commercial quantity, there was the need for accountants to be also abreast with taxation in respect of that field. And so it's quite new to the accountants in this country, and it presents its own unique opportunities. And so very interesting. You learn a lot about mining and then taxation. You learn a lot about oil and gas. you learn a lot about certain principles and certain terms that most accountants are not familiar with. And that is the icebreaker when it comes to oil and gas, and for that matter, as a CIT member. And so for us at CIT, for us at ASPA, I think we are poised as lecturers. We shall do our part. We shall prepare you adequately to be able to write your exams and then pass. In the intro, I heard Ellie saying that we have a number of our students who are passing out in this few period of CIT lectures, and that is how we want to tackle the area of teaching. And so I will encourage you, if you have not registered yet, try as much as possible. Register. In addition to what Henry said, I mean, when you come to the market of accountancy, on the market, people with CIT have a lot of advantage. Me, for example, I'm now in audit, and my added advantage I have with other colleagues is for the fact that I have CIT. Okay, and so wherever we go, they are talking about tax, everything comes to me. I will have to handle the last. And if you look at the Ghanaian economy of late, issues of tax has also become a daily affair. And so if you're an accountant and you don't have in-depth knowledge about tax, then you realize that you will be lacking on the phone. Now, all companies, I mean, both international and local firms and companies are looking for people with tax knowledge, just not CA taxation, but who are experts to advise them on varied aspects of the tax system in the country. And that is what CIT presents. And so I would say that we don't be discouraged, be prepared, and then within the next 1 year, within 2 sittings, I tell you, you can make it. When it comes to final, the last, which is tax planning, which I also handle at the final level, the whole tax and the company is about tax planning your tax activities, so that you can help your firm or your client to reduce its tax liability. So the law mandates everybody to pay tax. There are certain areas in the tax law that tax practitioners are able to explore in order for clients to also reduce their tax liabilities. And so that is what tax planning is all about. And so I will encourage you not to move anywhere. There are so many tuition centers now, the system. But from what Ellie said, we realize that we are on top. We have a lot of tools at your disposal that we can use to enable you make your study ready. We at ASPA, we can assure you of about 60% of your marks. That is to say that we shall help you to get 60% of your marks. All that you need is for you to add up a little, and then you can easily make it. So we welcome you as far, and we hope we shall meet this Saturday when lectures are beginning, and then and I assure you that you'll never regret being a CIT member and also joining ASPA for your tuition materials. So, Ali, I think
thank you so much. Thank you so much for the words. That's Philip. Philip is one of our lecturers, and also he was one of our students at ASPA, a product of ASPA tuition, qualified with ASPA, and also qualified CIT in just 2 sittings. I want to add those few words so that you know what we are dealing with. Great. I want to allow one of our lecturers to also speak, Alasan Trawali, who is manager training at ICAG Ghana. So Alasan, The floor is yours. You can speak to your students. Yeah.
All right. Good evening. Thank you very much, Ali, for the opportunity. I believe we are all doing well. So for me as a person, I'm glad to be on this call. I'm glad to be associated with the Aspire brand. I'll be handling tax administration ethics, final level 2. We've been doing this for the last 2 or so years. I don't want to go back to all the issues that have been raised or the comments made, but just to let you know that we will give up our best as facilitators. For the tax admin and ethics course, it is quite voluminous. So for those of us who are going to be taking that paper, we will need to prepare. We have a lot of ground to cover in order to get ready for the examinations. So time is fast spent. I'm not going to repeat all of the comments made by my people. Just to say you're welcome to the Aspire train. Most of you have been with Aspire already for the CA program. So this is just a natural graduation from the CA to the CIT. And of course, you know what we do at Aspire. So we will try our best to meet and exceed your expectations. Hopefully, you'll qualify soon as from CIT as well. So thank you very much for the opportunity once again. We'll be meeting in class soon.
Thank you, Alassane. And I'll speak. I want one of our lecturers to also talk. Faisal, lawyer Faisal, is with GRA, one of the managers at GRA, very well versed in matters of taxation. Faisal, lawyer, can you speak to your student?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Council.
Right, it's a privilege to be on this call this evening and having to interact with potential students for the next sitting or next diet for CITG. Should I say it's good you are with Aspire. It's good you said to choose Aspire as your tuition provider for CITG. Within the market, is well known. Aspire is well known for more or less quality delivery, and as it's been already stated or espoused by my colleagues, it's on record that most of our students are able to excel in the course of the exams. I think mainly due to the quality tuition that is being provided by the dedicated staff of Aspire, and also more importantly, the hard work that students put in the course of their studies. So I'll be handling advanced tax, that on the final level. And we're going to have a very interactive session. My session is going to be very, very interactive. We're going to deal with more of calculation, because advanced tax is going to be more of calculation. We're going to touch on most of the tax areas, issues of indirect tax, VAT, customs, issues of direct tax, corporate income tax, employment income tax, and all the other areas that you can think about. We're going to, the structure is going to be mainly we treat each topic, and then after each topic, we're going to solve past questions and other relevant questions, at least to prepare you. So the participation is that by the time we get done with the diets or with the tutorials for the diet, at least you would have your hands on quite a number of questions, and then you would be ready for the exams, right? So what I would entreat you to do is for you to put in your best, just get very dedicated to your books, to your studies, and then we're going to have it easy. It's not going to be very difficult if you put in your best, right? So not to say a lot, but just to encourage you that it's not going to be that easy, and it's not going to be that tough if you put in your best. And we are ready as Aspire tutors to provide you the best of tuition, this support as well in the course of these diet tutorials, and to ensure that you get the best out of it and for you to pass this diet sitting. So once again, you are welcome to Aspire, and I'll be hoping to meet you in the course of our first lecture, hopefully over the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Alaji. for the contribution. And Alaji is a lawyer. I'm sure you guys are broken your fast, right?
Yes,
Great. So
I think
let
that's
me
why
quick.
we actually joined quite late.
I know. So I have to pull you out of all your programs and all of that. Thank you so much for the contribution. So I think at this point we want to invite colleagues who may want to ask questions. It's time for some Q&A interaction. Maybe you want to have a question to our lecturers, or you want to have a question for us as to how things are done and what we have on offer. You can raise your hands and I will allow you to unmute yourself and give us your question. So Randy, if you are ready, talk to me. Hello,
Good
Randy.
evening.
Good evening, Randy.
Sir, please, how are you?
I'm
We are
doing great.
we are very grateful for all that you are doing for us. Jesus Christ.
Great. Amen.
And we have transited from ICA peacefully to CITG. We hope that everything will be fine.
Yes. The team is ready, so don't worry.
Okay, so please, my question is, with regards to the lectures, I see Saturday, weekends and weekdays. Is it going to be a continuation of this, or you opt to choose one, either weekend or weekday?
Okay. So for what we do, most of the sessions are going to be on weekend. Okay, most of the sessions are going to be on weekend. We expect to have weekday students, why not, who will also join separate lectures for the weekday. But normally what we do is that depending on the numbers for both sessions, we seek to know whether we have good numbers for weekday or weekend to see which of them dominate. And once we have agreed on that, then maybe what we do is that, like as my good brother Henry was saying, we could use the weekend for tuition and use the weekday to solve questions together so that we can move fast. Because as always, the videos are available for you to catch up, exactly. So the approach is that depending on the numbers, sometimes we have a lot more students on weekend than weekday. So the option is that why not, let's run it full weekend lectures whilst we use the weekdays to solve questions. So the approach is that once the lectures are done on the weekend, you can watch the videos, and then maybe on the weekdays, you could ask your questions as you please. But for now, as when we begin, we'll run the normal session. Weekday will be separate from weekend. But as I said, once we progress and we are getting to a point where we have the numbers for both weekend and weekday, we can make that decision, exactly, where we can have the tuition mainly on weekend and do some revision on the weekday. So once we begin, there will be a decision on that as we progress. Okay, right. I hope Randy, I've answered you.
Yes, sir. But sir, can I do a follow-up?
No problem.
Okay. I said, those of us that just completed in March 2024,
Yes.
with our registration,
Yes.
we need to get our certificate to do that, or our transcript.
Yes.
I think
I think, let me help you. I know where you are going. So for those who just qualified, what we normally do for you is that we facilitate an arrangement with the institute so that you are given a letter to confirm your associate status, so that you can use that letter exactly to register temporarily as a student member of CIT so that you can write the exam in August. Is that okay, Randy? So don't worry at all, we'll facilitate that. So those who just qualified this in the last March exam, you can still write the August exam for CIT. We facilitate that for you. We will officially write to the institute on your behalf and obtain a letter from member services confirming your status as an associate awaiting your graduation. And on the basis of that, you'll be admitted as a student member of the Institute of Chartered, like CIT Ghana, and use that as a basis to write the exams coming August. So please, you have the opportunity to take advantage so that if you write this August, hopefully by next year you write your February, you are done. By next year, February, you are a chartered tax practitioner. And I can tell you that should be very beautiful. Exactly. One of our students achieved that. I should have brought her on the call for you to hear some of our alumni. We have a lot of them on our alumni page. She just used 2 DIE to qualify. I think it's an afterthought. I should have invited her to speak. I think last sitting when we were about to start, she was part of our opening night. She used only 2 sittings to pass. Just August and February, she was done. So those who qualify this match, I can tell you, if you put your mind to it, by next year, February, you are a tax practitioner. And I can tell you, it is doable. And I've seen that happen to a lot of our colleagues. Okay. So Randy, I hope it's fine with you.
Yeah, it's very fine. I said that this one doesn't have a credit system, or once you pass any of them.
Come again. I didn't get that.
I said, please, I'm asking that this for tax doesn't have a credit system, or you need to get all of them at a go before.
I think yes. So there's a policy for the final of final 2 actually. Is that okay? So for final 1, why not? You must make sure you pass all 3 papers before writing the final 2. Okay, so there are 3 papers in final 1, which is made up of international taxation, tax audit and special investigation, and then also we have oil and gas and other minerals taxation. So those are the first 3 papers. Once you pass them, you move on to the next level. Now at the final level, you are expected to write 3 papers all at once. Make sure you pass 2 and have a good pass in the 3rd one, meaning that you must be able to score above 40 in the 3rd paper. You must not fail it. Is that clear? So the kind of system we have here is not like ICA, okay? So when you write the final 3 papers, you must make sure you pass all 2 and make sure you have a good pass in the 3rd paper, exactly, to be credited with all the ones you have already passed. So that is the arrangement we have for the CIT final part 2.
Wow.
Exactly. But for now, be more concerned with the final 1, finish it up, and then move on to final 2, and then you clear it. Okay. Randy, I hope it's fine with you.
That's fine. So, please, how many centers across Ghana?
I think we have exams in Accra. I think we have exams in Accra and Kumasi for now. There are plans to open up an, I think, exam center in Hu, but for now, exams is in Kumasi and in Accra. Is that fair? Great. Great. Thank you, Randy, for your questions. I think you've taken the whole day, right? You've taken the floor from most people, and I'm sure your questions have answered some more people. We have Zachariah Shaibu. If Zachariah is there, you can ask your question. We also have Michael Apia. So Zachariah,
good evening. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening,
Hello.
Zachariah. Yes,
good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I'm just joining. This is my second time joining the Aspire to watch the webinar.
Okay.
But my issue is that I'm about to participate in the August diet, though I haven't paid. So it means that I'll be taking the 3 final 1.
Yes, please.
If I register. So yes, when are you starting the final 1? When are you starting?
We are starting this coming Saturday. We are live on Saturday.
Hey, then I haven't registered. But you said there could be a recorded lecture subsequently.
Every lecture is recorded. Yeah, so every lecture is recorded. So even if you miss out, you can always get the recording. Yeah.
Yes, I'm organizing myself to pay. So that's why I wanted to know.
We have a part payment model. So if you don't have the full amount, you can always reach out to the secretary. Her number is the second number on the flyer.
The paper in final 1 is how much?
The paper in final 1 is 497. So if you don't have the full amount for all 3, you can pay a deposit and then join the lecture and pay the rest.
Then later you can pay part. Then later you can pay fully. Yes. Because if I'm going with 3, all the 3. I will not register 2.
Definitely.
Hello.
Yes, that's it. We have that arranged.
Hello.
Yes, Zachariah. So you can reach me privately on the numbers displayed, and I'm sure we can finalize your arrangement that you prefer. So Michael, if you are there, you can ask you are the next person.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, so I just have a quick question. My question was on the tutorial model and the intensive
Hello,
question
sir.
model. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Hello,
hear
sir.
you.
Yeah, so you have a section for class, practice 1 or 2 questions, and you have an intensive section for past questions only, which equally also comes with a different fee. So my proposal was, if would there be a program or something like a discount that when you're about to pay, like register for initial class, and you are interested in the examination section, there could be a brought forward discount so that you pay the whole at a go, so that you just enjoy the class and enjoy the intensive section as well, than to finish with the class and also come and pay again.
Yeah, I get
and
you. So
because
you see,
both of them, I enjoyed the class, but then I didn't join the intensive, although by the grace of God I passed. But I was thinking that if I bring this concern here, so that it will be a full bouquet. We have the individual one there, then we have a full bouquet, that one too, also over there.
obviously. So Mike, I think your point is well noted. Like we have for the CA program, we have regular tuition, and then we have the intensive lectures, which is called intervention. Exactly.
Yeah.
As always, interventions are not compulsory. Exactly.
Yeah.
Regular tuition alone can get you to pass. Like in your case, you use regular tuition to pass. Exactly.
Yes.
It is to help students to at least go through some few questions, exam standard that can also prepare them. Now, as the approach where we want to now charge a single fee for both option, that is both the regular and then the intensive. Sometimes it ward away people. People see it as too expensive. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
According to your competitors.
Yeah, we don't want to, because what we charge now as a fee for our CIT program is the least we have on the market. Even though we offer
I can attest to that.
Yes, even though we offer superior benefits, our fees kind of moderate. I hope you are getting the point. So we don't want the situation where we are seen to be too expensive, when actually we are not really expensive. Are we clear? So in that case, that's why we split the two, so that somebody really can opt for this and opt for that separately. And what we do is that those who join the tuition get the opportunity to join the intensive lectures at a discounted amount, which is not regular. I hope you are getting the point. We give we give as much as 20% discount for those who are registering for the intervention. Are we clear? So it's a policy we want to maintain for some time. Exactly. Great. Thanks for your suggestion. Great. So we have some colleagues also who wants to ask. We have Randy, right?
No, sir.
Randy, I think we are done with you, right? Then we go to Eric. Eric, is Eric available? And then Miss Connie, is Miss Connie there? You can go ahead.
Yes, please, I'm here. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss Connie.
All right, so thank you for the opportunity. So I wanted to find out, do we have any plan for those who would like to join virtually and not be there physically? Is there any plan for
now,
them?
The beauty is that everything is online. There's no in-person class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's strictly online. It's strictly online.
All right.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
so thank you so much for the question. Then we have Winifred.
Yeah, hi, Sir Ali. Good evening.
Good evening, Winifred.
So I need a bit of clarification on the level 3 that you mentioned. So is it that when you write 2 papers in level 2 and are left with 1, you would have to write with all the 3 in level 3, or you can write 1 in level 3? I want to get the clarification
so
with
the
that.
Final 2, let me get the lectures to help you with that. Exactly. HQ, are you there? HQ, are you there? So the Final 2, we are expecting you to write all 3 papers at once. Are you there?
Oh,
you
okay.
have to write all the 3. You can write 1, you can write just 2. You must write all 3 papers, okay? Now, if you are writing all the 3 papers, the CIT has a policy that if you write all 3 and you pass 2, okay, you can only be credited those 2 unless you have a good pass in the 3rd one you have failed. Okay, and by
Oh,
good pass,
okay.
it means that you should have scored more than 40 marks in the paper that you have failed to be credited. Are you getting it?
Okay, and the pass mark is also 50 like IC or is
Yeah,
different?
it's the same 50 marks. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you with me? Yeah. So that's why most students, when they write a final two, they don't get any fail. they don't want to even fail the paper. They pass it once and for all. I hope you are getting the point. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And the beauty of the CIT program is that I would always say that the final two is quite more not problematic than the final one. Final one is where most students struggle with sometimes, especially with subjects like international tax. So if you are aware of it, when going in for it, you give it your best of shot. Exactly. Especially the topic or the subjects, international tax, sometimes create a lot of problems for students. But I can tell you our lecturer HQ will bring it to the list of levels for your appreciation. Okay. Right.
Okay. So if I get, so it means that if I'm writing the final one, I'll have to write all the three.
No,
Or I can write
final one,
one,
you
I
can
can
write
write
two.
two.
Final one, you can write two papers. It's not a problem at all. Exactly.
Okay. So which means
Final
that the next write, I'll have to write only one paper.
one
Then
paper, and then you move to the next level. Yeah.
three. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Winifred. So the next
Stanley.
person I think is Joseph. Is Joseph there? Joseph Boy.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening, Joseph. Speak up so that we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Hoping you can hear me. I'm clear
Yes,
now.
better. Yeah.
Okay. So I have two questions.
Okay.
The first one is the subject fees. Are they different from the examination fee that you
Yes,
pay?
yes. So exams fee is 200 CD per paper. Okay. So in terms of register, if you are, let me just help you with the cost breakdown. If you are a qualified ICA member now, associate or full member, and want to register with CIT, I think the cost breakdown is that you're going to pay 200 CD for registration, okay? 50 CD for annual student subscription, so that makes it 250. And then you are going to pay an extra amount of 1,200, which is exemption for 6 papers. Okay, so 1,200, the equivalent for exemption of 6 papers, in addition to 250 CD, which is the registration as well as the annual student subscription. So that is a different fee that enables you to be a student member using the ICAG membership route. So when you are done with that, then we provide the tuition, and that is the fee applicable. But before the exam, you are expected to pay an amount of 200 CD as exams registration fee per subject. So that makes it 600 CD. Is that fair? For assuming if you are writing 3, that makes it 600. I hope you're okay with that.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I am. So what if you are not an accountant? For instance, you're another professional, maybe you're a lawyer.
If you are a lawyer, lawyers have the same, what do you call it, admission as the CA members. So if you are a lawyer, you are admitted to write the 6 papers like as on the same premise as if you are having the CA qualification. Yeah. Is it okay with you?
Okay. Yes, right. Okay with me.
Right.
Okay.
So most of the time we have some lawyers on our student corps. Yeah, a lot of them have registered also. And they are also writing the same 6 papers like the ICA qualified members. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how do we pay? Do we pay for the exam registration through ASPA?
No, we can help with that arrangement. So we have an inquiry page where we can assist you with help you with the process of registering with the institute as a student member. So when we are done with the call, just reach out. I will help you or get somebody to assist you with that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great. But for tuition, if you want to register for tuition, our process is digitized. So you download our mobile application and register for the CIT program and do everything on our portal. And automatically, once you've done your payment and registration on our portal, you have access to all the lecture videos of the last sitting. It's there now in the app. You can always use it for revision. almost instantaneously before the start of lectures on Saturday. Okay, great. Thanks for the question.
What's the name of the app?
Just search for Aspire Executive Institute, either on Play Store, on on all devices, either iOS or Android. Just go to the Play Store market, you search the app, download it, create an account, and follow through the process to register. Okay.
And we can pay via Momo, obviously, right?
You can pay with any option, mobile money, card, anything. Okay. Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joseph. So we have Jemima. Any question?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Auntie Jemima.
I have two questions, please. The first question, I wanted to know which final level you start from as an ICAG member.
You start with final 1.
All right. If that's the case, I actually paid for the final 2 class. Is there a possibility of switching class or
Why not?
swapping?
Why not?
Okay.
We could do that for you. So chat me when you are free, so that before Saturday we can switch you to the final 1. Hey, is that how you are? So you after Jemima, don't make me laugh. So you've already promoted yourself, right?
I think the inquiry I didn't get me the right information, so
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I
I'm
apologize.
to get
But
the
I think you are in the spirit, so you're almost there. Don't worry.
Amen. Thank you. So I'll do that
Right.
after
So
the
that we can switch it for you. Okay. Then we have Francis. Is Francis available?
Yes, as far I'm available.
Good. Talk to me.
And yes, so let me first say thank you for this evening session. And last season I joined Aspire for the final level 1.
Okay.
I attended 2 classes and I did one on my own, so I passed all the 3 papers.
Lovely.
But yes, what I would say is that the tuition is very good and it's detailed. But my question is, for those of us who are already with Aspire, are we having some special discounts for
why do you people have this character? Why are you people like this?
Aspire, some of us are loyal from ICA to
so the discount you have been receiving that you have chatted, at this point, you should be sowing seed by now. Do you know that? It's not time to be asking for discount. By now, you should be sending me a Momo, like 2,000 CD, just to buy fuel. Is that not it? And not to be asking for small discount. Now you are an accountant. So the assumption is you are a rich man.
We are yet to begin working. Anyway, but sir, I want to ask whether this time you have materials for the final level 2 and where we can get
so
it.
I think it's a good question you have asked, and I'm sure I have to address that. So we are working very much around the clock to publish books for final 2 before the end of April. Okay, so we are working around the clock so that by the end of April, our final 2 books will be available. So we beg everybody, just wait for it. Hopefully by end of February, the books should be ready. Our lecturers are putting up their final touches. We have a designated team working on the manuscript and all of that. So we hope that by end of April, we have the books for final 2. Okay, right. And it will be very, very good and help a lot of us. Okay, right. I've got the final 1 book. I can tell you it's been a great help to a lot of people. So those who have the final 1, they can testify of how helpful those books have been in their tuition program. So I'm sure you appreciate it when the final 2 books are released, and we'll make a lot of noise about it once it's released. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your question. So for the discount, you chat me. I'll tell you how much you send me for fuel. Okay, Prissy, how are you? Can you ask your question?
I'm good. Good evening. Please, I wanted to ask, aside being a lawyer or an ICAG student,
yes, please.
Which other professional course can qualify you to a final level 1? Maybe
on now, those are the
marketing.
No, those are the 2 qualifications that can give you that access. I think those who are with GRA also have some what they call it, some certification exams that they normally write within their fold, and that also gives them some exemptions. But apart from the CA and the lawyer or the legal qualification, it's very difficult to have or use other qualifications to get that level of exemption with the CIT program. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what I can also add on that is that
Yeah.
I think if you have any other qualification, you can maybe write to the institute. They may
Yeah.
review that and see if you qualify for any subject by subject exemption.
So subject by subject exemption actually.
Yes.
So get the
So-
transcript. Get the
Right.
transcript. As lawyer is saying, get the transcript. We can use it to verify if you can get some subjects exemption. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Great. Thank you so much. We also have is it Marcus, right? Where is Marcus? Oh, Marcus, is Marcus there or he has dropped off? Okay. Then we have Isaac, and then we have Edward. Let's take some few hands and then we can wrap up. Isaac, Edward, which of you is available? I think there's Eunice, right? Eunice, have you spoken already?
Fair.
Eunice, do you
No,
have you spoken?
please.
Okay, go
Please,
ahead.
I wanted to. No, please. No, please. I wanted
Go ahead.
to know, final two. If you write the 3 and you pass 1, this does it mean you are not going to be credited with it?
Or you will not be credited.
Wow.
You must pass
And please,
2.
how about the part level 1, 2?
For level 1, there's free Ubuntu. You can pass 2 and not pass the other, you'll be credited. Exactly. But when it's the final 2, is real business. Okay. And as I've said,
The final 1 you must pass 2.
No, final 1 has no law regarding the
Okay.
passes. So that one,
Okay.
you can write and
Okay.
pass.
Okay, thank you.
It's the final 2 that has that clause. But as I said, a lot of our guys hit it once and for all. So don't worry.
So what about if you decide to the final 2? If you decide to write 2,
We will not allow that. We have to write all 3. You have to write all 3 at the go. Exactly. It's like the ICAG old policy, where you are supposed to write all 4 papers.
Okay.
And when you pass, you must make sure you pass at least 1. Do you remember? We used to have that. Those times you must pass at least 2. Do you remember ICA used to have that policy?
Yes, please.
It's the same thing that they also have for their final 2. Remember
Okay.
ICA? When I was writing ICA, you have to pass 2 before you are credited. Now it's 1. Exactly. So the law keeps changing, and I'm praying that they will also revise this. Exactly.
Okay,
but as
thank
I
you.
said, a lot of our students hit it once and for all. So don't worry. When you touch it, you kill it once and for all. So don't worry. And my expectation is that those who are joining us this time around, we hope that by next year, February, you are part of the new graduates for our tax professional. Because we really need a lot of you on our alumni page. We have an alumni page for the tax professionals who have chatted, and it's growing by the day. Are we clear? Great. So is there any feedback? Anybody again?
Boss, available. Isaac.
Isaac, go ahead.
Okay, boss. Thank you so much. And my gratitude to Mr. Odusu and HQ. I joined very late. I joined in December, so I only had the benefit of reviewing the videos. I passed 2, and unfortunately, I had 41 in international taxation. And so the question is that I think by the presentation you made mention of self-tuition, if I get the name right.
Yeah, the self tutorial. I think I have to share that flyer. Okay, so this is the price. So for the self-study, for final 1, you can pay 347 CD and have the videos and lecture materials of the previous sitting. Okay, if you actually don't want to join the live class, you can have the videos and materials. Exactly. You'll be given access in the app so that you can use it for revision. Because some of our students, actually this is by popular request, sometime after the whole lecture, some don't want to come for tuition. They want to rather come for intervention. Exactly. So before the intervention, they want to have access to the videos and materials that they had in the previous diet so that they can use for some revision. So we give them access based on the offline or the self-study model. So once you use that, you prepare towards the intervention eventually. Yeah. Is it okay with you? Right.
I'm very much. Thank you so much, boss.
You can do that registration in the app. Just select offline and you can register for that option.
Okay, sir.
Great, great. We have
Shirley, I'm on the call.
Edward, go ahead.
Is it Edward?
Yeah, can you hear me? Edward,
Okay.
Edward, can you hear me?
Okay, Edward, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Edward?
You're allowed.
I should go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, mine is a protest. Why you are giving our taxation profession so cheap to the lawyers? I don't think I will agree with you. You know why? Let me give you a reason. Let me give you a reason. I applied last year, okay, for MA. Pardon me?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm saying that I applied to do my master's in law for what do you call it? Maritime law, MA in maritime law.
Okay.
And when I presented the ICA certificate,
I think the line is not stable.
The ICA certificate to the ICA certificate to the. So when I had that case that it has been ruled that they have no, jurisdiction to, evaluate the ICA certificate, I was very happy. So because of that patient, the lawyers, they didn't give me admission at the University of Ghana to do my MA in maritime law, not LLB. It's MA in maritime law because I work with the dredging company. So that I wanted to study the maritime law. And because of the ICA, they didn't give me admission. So why should we also give them admission to come and do CIT? That is where I don't agree.
I get you.
So that is my protest that I'm talking about.
Yes. Okay. I think you have a case, at least I have a case on one side. But the issue is tax is law. Tax is not accounting.
So we shouldn't make our accountancy profession so cheap for the lawyers.
No,
Did you also let them suffer?
Tax is actually law, more of law than even accounting, because tax borders on.
Because when you go to the lawyer side
of law
with your accountancy, they say no. They will not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that tax is law and not accounting. Accounting is not tax, right? Because tax is based on law. Accounting is based on IFRS and other principles. So tax is rather very close to law than accounting. So lawyers can even tell you they own tax than accountants do.
Are you there?
Yes.
I think it's a very good assertion. The lawyers.
Basically, that should be the rationale.
Yeah.
In other jurisdictions, tax is handled by lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's more of law than accounting.
Yeah.
So use law to interpret the tax rules.
I think the lawyers understand only the reading, but in terms of practice, in terms of the numbers, the lawyers cannot do basic even income tax computation.
I don't think we can.
Tax is not just the income tax computation. Tax is very wide. We have TP, international tax. The income tax computation is only one side, which you can look at. You can look at business tax. You can look at corporate income tax, right? But tax is very broad. And income tax is just one minus part of it.
Okay.
So, and the calculation is not that it's not that widespread said that lawyers wouldn't appreciate. There are lawyers who do more of the computation as well.
Definitely.
So what you're talking about is just a minute part. I think the income tax and the corporate income tax, business tax should not take more than 20% of tax as a total. Tax is very broad. We have employment income tax. We have a transfer price. We have international tax. It's varied.
And sometimes when you join, even for international taxation, when HQ is teaching international taxation, you just appreciate that, Charlie, the guy is talking articles and conventions, all manner of legal issues that have become precedents and have become globally accepted. Exactly. So I think that assertion is clearly admitted. Tax is more of law than the numbers. Are we clear? Numbers, anybody can crunch it. So we need to be looking at the legalistic aspect of things than just the numbers. Are we clear? So I agree more with lawyer on that. Yeah. Great. So I think I'll take one more hand. Time has been fast spent, and I think
Really?
we've done a lot of discussion. Yes. Who is that? Is it Randy?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So please kindly permit me. This is a very basic question. Some of us are entirely new
No
at
problem.
all.
No problem.
Please, as ICA is seated 3 times in a year, how many times
Oh,
is
yes. So
that
it's seated twice a year. CIT is twice a year, August and February. So that's why I'm saying that try and put your foothold on the August date. Exactly. So that when you finish your final one this August, next year, February, you are done with final 2. Exactly.
Okay.
You can finish. So by next year, February, you are a tax practitioner. Exactly.
So please, August, what's the specific date in August?
Normally, it's the first 2 weeks in the month of August. Okay. So the exam is spread across 2 different weeks. So hopefully that is how it works. Okay. Right. So we'll soon release the program once the institute releases. So same way we have it for ICA, first week, second week in August, you should be done with exams. Okay. Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. So there are some other few hands up. Let me see if I could attend to them and maybe wrap up. Sylvester, we have Sylvester, and then also
Ellie.
Yes.
Wagwan.
Yes, who is that? Let me hear you.
I want to know when will the CIT
who am I?
update
Who is talking? Can you mention your name?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. When will the CIT change their syllabus, like the way ICAG has changed theirs?
I think lawyer can speak to that. Lawyer, you're on the examiners committee. Talk to me. When are we changing the CIT syllabus?
Sorry, can you please take that again?
I change the syllabus, CIT syllabus. When is it? When is there a potential change in syllabus?
Yeah, so I chanced on a discussion on that. I think it's something that will be in the near future. I can't give an exact timeline, but we should look forward to somewhere 2025 thereabout. We have chanced on discussions around that. Okay. Yes, and there's a plan. Okay, 2025 sure. Thereabout.
Okay, so 2025 should be a period where that could be possible. Okay, right. We have Sylvester.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please. I want a bit of clarification. I think you've already mentioned it, but I think I missed it a bit. I want some bit of clarity on the self learning app. You know, there was this aspect that you were speaking of. Probably someone can use the app in terms of a self-learning app.
That's the self-study app. So
okay, right. Is the fee different from this?
This is recommended
is
for
the fee
those who have
from...
already. It's recommended for those who have already been part of the tuition program. Okay. If you have already been to the tuition and maybe you couldn't pass a paper, you could use this approach to revise so that you can join our intervention later. Okay.
Right.
That is it. So we don't advise it for free. Okay. Right.
That's fine. Thanks.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ali.
Yes, good evening. You are our last person.
Please. Yes, please. Thank you. Please, you mentioned that it's written within the second week in August. I'm asking if it takes if there is it a week, like they use 1 week to write it like I see, or they take 2 weeks or something. I want to find
out. 1 week.
So I think it's interspaced actually. There are some papers coming off on different dates. I think it's not like ICA where you have a paper following after each other. I think there are some interspacing between them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Then fine, pa. Thank you.
Great, great. So I think we can call it a day. But just to emphasize what we have, as I said, we have our books, that is the CIT books for Final 1. We hope to release our Final 2 books before the end of April. So we expect that to be released. Then also, we have some features on our mobile app that we want to ensure you are very mindful of. We have an AI feature in our mobile app where you could ask questions and get answers. We call it Ask Sigmund. And we hope that we are going to incorporate our CIT manuals into our AI model so that because recently one of the the interesting part was that somebody placed the question in our AI model, that is Ask Sigmund, and it was quoting some aspect of the law which was not the truth. That's interesting, right? So somebody clicked on Ask Sigmund, right? It's an AI, an artificial intelligence, what do you call it, software, which we have embedded into our mobile app. And the person was asking it a question specifically about the laws of Ghana, specifically on tax matters, and he was quoting the wrong act. So we hope to align our AI to be able to respond to questions specifically on the most recent laws on tax. We are hoping to do that so that our CIT students can easily go in there and ask a question and get answers which are more in line with the most latest laws regarding tax in Ghana. So we hope to do that. So those who want to buy the books, you can go to our bookstore and do that by clicking on the bookstore. It will take you to our website to order and pay for the books online. For the section complaint, we have introduced it in the app. If you have any challenge with the app in terms of you not being able to access your videos, any challenge you have, you can click on the complaint model and you can easily give us a feedback as to what challenge you are facing with our app, and we'll provide the needed help. For now, it's not yet live. It will be live hopefully by next week. We have the complaint aspect. And for our videos, as always, Aspire enables you to save videos in the mobile app and play it without the use of internet data, something phenomenal and has been associated with our technological development over the years. We have you in mind, so most times the videos, you can download it, play it without internet as many times as possible. So we expect to start our CIT lectures this coming Saturday. Lectures will begin in earnest, so make sure you clear your registration process. We have also, as I said, a part payment option for those who want to make a deposit. You can actually reach us and we'll get you the opportunity to be admitted, paying part and paying the rest later. So kindly take advantage of that also and be part of our program. So on that note, from our lectures and on my own behalf, we want to end today's session. If there are no questions, we thank you all for making time to join us. And my lectures, specifically HQ, Trawole, Faisal, the lawyer, and Philip, who spoke earlier, all of them, we want to say thank you for making time to join our opening night. And we expect to see all of you on Saturday when we begin our lectures. Thank you so much and have a very good night. Bye-bye.